What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Tune in, y'all. I'm outside with it today at the practice. What's up? What's up? I'm outside at the practice, y'all. I got something on my mind. I've been thinking about this a lot today, and being out here watching these kids play sports made it on my mind even stronger. See, growing up in school and sometimes in the house, they teach you about the Constitution or the Bible or different things like that, and they say that we are all created equal. We all have equal rights. We all have equal opportunities, and they give you all of this mumbo jumbo basically, and it make you feel like the whole world is yours, but it doesn't give you the insight into looking into what it really takes for you to be afforded the same opportunities that other people are afforded. I look out here and it's maybe 75 kids playing football. Now, these teams charge money. I'm all the way I'm 45 minutes away from my house. So it take money to get back and forth here 5 days a week. Saturdays and Sundays, they have games and different tournaments for the cheerleaders and whatever. So if you are not able to pay for something like this, or if you're a single mother and you're busy and you're working and you can't bring your kids out to something like this, then they will not be afforded the opportunity to play and participate in a sport with other kids their age. So when you look at somebody like a LeBron or a Kevin Durant, and you think that just because they had some physical ability, that they were just destined to be in the NBA or destined to be as great as they were, it gives you a false sense of reality, because those kids not having a father in their life, they could have went any which way. The numbers already tell us that the odds are against them. So you have to understand that your road may be a little harder than somebody else's road because of the cards that you're dealt. If you don't take that into consideration, then you will be looking for life to hand you certain opportunities that life is not going to hand you. This is as real as it gets. No matter how you look at this, you have to understand that your road is your road, your path is your path. So if you're looking for your path to be the same as the persons next to you, maybe they have a mother and a father, maybe they were born into some type of wealth, maybe they were born with a certain ability, maybe they were destined to be 6'8", maybe they were exceptionally fast coming out the gate, maybe the skills that they acquired wasn't acquired as hard as somebody else's was, but maybe not. Maybe they spent hours upon hours in the gym practicing. Maybe they woke up 2 hours earlier than you to train harder. Maybe they thugged it out working, hell, even stripping and going to school at the same time to get a college degree to even the playing field. Maybe they had to overcome certain struggles that you haven't even seen yet. Maybe they were foster kids. I was a foster kid. Maybe they were molested. I haven't never went through that, but people have went through that, and that's a lot mentally to go through. And you don't know what the next person is fighting with. So while we are all created equal in the term of God's eyes or in terms of rights, we are not all created equal in the terms of the opportunities that we are blessed with or the skills and abilities that we are blessed with. So your fight may be a little different, but you should not give up because your fight is harder. You need to understand that your fight is harder. There are people who had kids in high school who went on to be great. But there are people who had kids in high school that gave up, that tapped out because they felt like it's too hard. I'm going to just get this fast food job. Or it's too hard. I'm going to just work at Walmart all my life. And I have nothing against people that work at Walmart or work in fast food. But that is not necessarily what greatness looked like. That's not something to aspire to. If your mom worked at Pizza Hut all of her life, it should motivate you to work harder because you see her struggle. So it should make you work harder in school. Now, some people say, what about mental abilities? What about physical abilities that we can't overcome? That's a whole different fight. But every fight is different. So you should not look at the person next to you and think that because their fight is different, that their fight is any harder than yours or any easier than yours, because we overcome our own struggles. What's up? What's up? Dang. The main thing is that we are not all equal. We are created equal by law or under God's eyes, but we are not all equal. And the minute that you forget that is the minute that you put your guard down. I've been through hell, but I fought through it because I understand that this is my fight. When I did 9 years in the state prison, I smiled every day. People say, man, why you always smiling? You came in here at 18, you're going to be 27 when you leave. Why are you always smiling? I said, because this is not the end of the story. I came out here, I got right in the bullshit. Right in the bullshit. And I made a lot of money on my bullshit. But it wasn't worth the 4 years I had to go back to federal prison to do. But I still went in there and I smiled a little less, but I wasn't any less focused. I was more focused. So the smile was gone because my whole attitude was more intense. At that point, I had a whole family to think about. At that point, it wasn't about me anymore. So I wasn't smiling. It wasn't a game. In the state joint, I knew that I was going home to be back on my BS. So I was smiling like, shit, I'm about to get home and get to this money because my name good. I know how to hustle. See, in the feds, I said, no, this is not going to be easy. This is not a game. I'm older now. So I went to school. I got a college degree. It wasn't about playing cards and basketball and BS anymore. It was about setting up my future to make sure that I didn't have to leave my kids again. So the realization that my age didn't afford me any time to BS, and that my prior history of convictions didn't afford me any time to BS made me work harder because I realized I wasn't equal. I wasn't equal because I had already made some bad decisions in my life. I wasn't equal because I was born to an alcoholic mother and a father that was deceased at 5 months from a drug overdose. I never knew my father, but I was told that my father had been addicted to heroin since he was 15 or 16 years old. I wasn't born equal. I wasn't created equal. That's not what being equal is. Being equal is a two-family home, at least middle class. Being equal is making sure your necessities are met. See, some of us believe that we're in the projects, we're equal. No, you are not equal in the projects. The projects wasn't meant for any type of long-term stability. The projects were meant for you to save, get your money together, get your mind together, for you to take some programs maybe and get out of there. But we don't understand that because once we get our basic, we feel like we are equal. That is not equal. I didn't come here to preach and just turned into that because I've been thinking about this half the day. Like really, literally thinking about this. You have people that will tell you, you can do the same thing. You can do the same. No, the fuck, you can't do the same thing everybody else can do. No, you can't. You have your struggles. You have your fight. You can only fight your best fight. You can't fight my fight. My cousin is on his live. He can't fight my fight. We both have different fights. My fight may be a personal fight. My fight may be with some kind of disease or some kind of disability. My fight may be with my family circumstance. My fight may be with my patience or my drive or my motivation. The fight for everybody is different. So until you realize that your fight is not the same as everybody else and that you are not equal, you don't know how to go about fixing your problems and fighting your best fight, because you're thinking that everybody is equal. Everybody should do exactly what you do. Everybody should move how you move. People went to jail. They go in there, they don't work out, they come home in worse shape than they went in. I lost half of my line in there. I heard people talk about, oh, jackpot, man, they pushed my line up back. No, you didn't realize you did 10 years. You are 10 years older. Prison sets you in a time warp. You think everything is still the same as you left it. You feel like everybody is still the same as you left it. You feel like your home or your cars or your clothes or your shoes and everything else should be there. Things change. So if you don't come to that realization, then you are in for a rude awakening. There are people that are literally born into gang life. Your fight is not the same as theirs. They were not created equal. They were born into a lifestyle that doesn't promote progression in life, real life, for the most part. The gangs are a little better now, but the lifestyle that I'm in, that other people grew up in, when you grow up in a gang lifestyle, you're not heralded for going to school and getting good grades. You are heralded for whooping ass or shooting people or robbing people or hustling and making money. They are not created equal in the sense of having the same type of opportunities as everybody else. So when people set that to the side and say, why aren't you doing this or why aren't you doing that? They are not considering the fact that we are not created equal. My circumstances aren't the same as your circumstances. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only problem is when you don't understand that. So you can spend your whole life watching people move and fight their fight, or you can sit down and take a real look at your situation and you can say, what can I do to make my situation better? Because my situation ain't the same as the situation next to me. Your situation means that you have to handle your situation. I can't handle your situation for you. Your mama can't handle your situation for you. Let's say you run into a problem. You have to call your mom. Mom, I'm having a little problem. The rent is due. I overspent this month. Or maybe the car went down. Something else came up and I couldn't get it together. Your mama help you. Bam. Okay, baby, here go $500. Boop, there go $500 for you. Boop. So now you pay your rent. After the rent is paid, something else comes up. You call your mom. Mom, this and that and that. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, baby, here's $300. How many of those phone calls are going to end with the same result before somebody get tired? I don't care if your mama love you to death, but at some point, even if she does look out for you, it's not just something just happened. At the point that you are making it a habit of calling your mom because it's a shortage, you just a fuck up. Because whatever you did within those 30 days from the last time of paying rent, you keep fucking up. If at one point it was something that came up, maybe you got laid off, like I said, maybe the car situation came up, anything like that. The situation is that you had an emergency. But if you're doing this every month, this is not an emergency. This has become you. So the fact that you believe that you're equal, when your mom tell you no, you're upset. You are not the equal to that person that's been responsible enough to have money saved. You are not an equal, because whatever you did, you didn't put yourself in a safety net. You put yourself in harm's way. You are not equal. If a person wakes up in the morning and goes to work every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes, or whatever, and you do whatever you want to do all week, and then you ask that person for a favor and they say no, you get mad because you think you deserve this because you're equal. You are not their equal. You are not their equal. Stop thinking that you have the same rights personally. When they say we are all created equal, they do not mean that you have the same rights to my time or my money or my energy. You don't have those rights to the person's time, money, energy, or anything else. You have legal rights. You have legal rights. So what you do with your 24 hours is all based on how you look at life. If you are looking at life like the world owes you something because you're supposed to be equal, because you see people driving nice cars or you see people living in nice homes and you feel like the world's supposed to give that to you because we are equal, you a damn fool. You a damn fool. So until you wake up and say, damn, if I want that nice car, that nice house, I gotta bust my ass like that person did. Maybe that person didn't have to work as hard because maybe they were born into some family money, so it wasn't as hard. Maybe somebody died and left them the house. Whatever it is, that's issue. That's their life. That's their situation. Your situation may be different, but if you want to live a certain way, you have to do what it takes to improve your situation. So we are not created equal. We are not created equal. If you look at a person and say, oh my God, they're the best doctor or the best artist or the best basketball player or whatever, and you have none of those skills and abilities, you realize you are not created equal. So what you have to do to put yourself in a certain position is a little different. It's just a little different. So the realization of the fact that we are not created equal helps you to strap up your motherfucking boots and go hard. Because lying to yourself is going to have you in your mama basement, have you on your brother couch. It's going to have you somewhere you really don't want to be. Stop lying to yourself. We are not created equal. Your grind is specifically your grind. It's not your brother grind. I don't care if y'all got the same mama, daddy. Y'all can be fucking twins. But you are not created equal. Whatever they dealing with, you don't have to deal with. They may be depressed. They may be stressed. They may have had a kid early. At whatever they're dealing with, they may have a learning disability, a physical disability, whatever. Y'all came out 2 minutes apart and y'all still have your own life because you are not created equal. No two people are created equal. This is as real as life gets. So sometimes I'm going to get on here and I'm going to talk about a little business. But a lot of times I'm going to get on here and give you some real life. Because that's all I know. I've been living 37, close to 38 years, and it's been nothing but real fucking life. And I've been dealing with it, and I don't care to hear about nobody else's problems and how they can't do this or why they couldn't do that, because I put my motherfucking boots on every morning. I get up and I go get it. I go to sleep 12, 1 o'clock. I wake up 3, 4 in the morning, and I go get it every single day. By the time I can get 5, 6 hours of sleep, I'm thanking God, and I'm waking up with a smile on my face because those 3-hour nights made sure that I made money in my sleep. Those 3, 4-hour nights made sure that my family's fed and it's a roof over our head. So I am never down, depressed. I be tired as hell because that's a physical ability. I'm off of coffee sometime, energy drinks, whatever it takes to get through the motherfucking day, but I'm going to make it happen because I realize we are not created equal. My struggle and my fight is so much different than a lot of people's. I done did 13 years in prison. I spent 2 or 3 years in juvenile, another 2 years in a foster home, and just add that up. That's about half of my life I've been incarcerated. I have not been the issue all of my life. I was born into circumstance that didn't afford me certain luxuries, and I was born into a certain lifestyle that put me in harm's way, and I was a kid and did a lot of the shit that I had to do to survive. But I don't blame people. What I do is I look at my life and I say, fuck what happened. What can I do to make it better? What can I do to make sure that my children don't have to live the same way that I had to live? Because I don't want the person next to them to make them feel like they don't have the same opportunities. They don't have the same luxuries. This is a real fight, y'all. Life is a real fight. And I'm glad I can do something like these lives and get on here and give y'all more than a little snippet that I put on reels, because I got real shit on my mind. So it's going to be some business some days. But a lot of times it's going to be real life. And that's real life. You feel me? Y'all got to stop playing. Y'all got to stop acting like things will just be handed to you, because that's not how life works. That's not how life works. That skills are not evenly distributed. It's not evenly distributed. Wealth is not evenly distributed. Love is not evenly distributed. Beauty is not evenly distributed. We are not created equal.